Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So last week I did a little Q&A about me, and this week I decided to do my little sister's makeup. She's 11, so she doesn't wear makeup right now, but I decided it'd be fun to like sit down, do her makeup, do a little cute, not like a Q&A, but like a little sister tag. And yeah, this was the final product. I think it turned out very well. I'm not a makeup artist one bit, so I don't know. I think it turned out very well, and if you want to see me make this look, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I decided to go in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 4-in-1 setting mist. I just decided to spray it all over her face just to make her skin a little more dewy and get it all set for the foundation. She did not like that one bit, but oh well. Okay, and I just zoomed you guys in just so you could get a better look at her face. I went in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This is in the shade Fair Beige. It's a little light for her skin tone because this is my foundation and I am a lot paler than she is. So it might look a little off in color, but that's because she doesn't wear foundation, so we don't have the right color for her. And I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and blend it all over her face just to make sure it's all blended in with no creases, no harsh lines. And yeah. Alright, and now I'm just going in with a little bit more of the foundation just to like, I guess, more full coverage look, just in some places, just in her T-zone. Just blending that all in, making sure it's as blended as everything else. Alright, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Sephora brand, their Bright Future Gel Serum. It's just basically a concealer, and it's a brightening concealer. So I'm just putting that in her T-zone just to kind of highlight her main points. If you can see, my camera kind of tilted down a little bit, so Kira's just bending down so you can actually see what I'm doing to her. But you're gonna see me fixing my camera a lot today. There we go. Just finally noticing it. I kind of make it look like war paint, I guess, just to, I don't know, brighten up her features, get rid of her dark circles. And yeah. Here's just me talking about something you have no idea what I'll be talking about because I'm doing a voiceover. So yeah. Now I'm just blending that in with the same beauty blender. And after that, I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It's just the mini version because your girl's cheap and can't afford the big one. And I am just going to open it up. She does not like the look of that. And I'm just taking it on my beauty blender and I'm gonna quote unquote bake her face, or at least attempt to. I've never baked my face before, but I've seen a lot of beauty gurus do it, and I've decided to try it on my sister just to see if it would work. I find as though the powder doesn't transfer on her face as well as like beauty gurus make it look, but it could just be me because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just putting those on where I put the highlight, not the highlight, but the concealer to highlight her face. And yeah, we're just having a nice conversation. Put it on her chin, her forehead. And yeah. And now I am just taking a Morphe R2 brush, which is basically just a big fluffy brush. I'm grabbing more of that setting powder. There's the brush. I'm just going to grab more of the setting powder, and I'm just going to dust it all over her face just to kind of give that matte look and set everything in place. You can see a lot of dust comes off. I think I took too much powder, but what you gonna do, right? After that, I'm just taking a Morphe R10 brush, which is what I use to contour, and I am taking the Mini Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. And yeah, again, can't afford the big one, so I'm getting the mini one. And I'm just taking that on the brush, tapping off the excess, and going in the hollows of her cheek and around her forehead just to make her head look smaller, because if you do notice, she has a big forehead, and we're just trying to minimize that. And after the bronzer is all ready, I go to the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Partey. Such a fun name. And I decided to take it on a Morphe M530 brush. Just what I use, just a small, I guess a small blush brush. Or at least that's what I use it for. Some people might not, but you know what? I'm not a I'm not a beauty artist, so you know what? I do what I do. I really like this blush because it is such a beautiful blush. It doesn't give off too much, but it's like just enough to make you look flushed, and I don't know. I really like it because I have rosacea and it's just the right amount of blush. Next, I'm taking the Morphe M510 brush, and I decided to grab my Becca highlighter in the shade Moonstone. Such a pretty color. It's especially good for fair skin like me because it is so light that it doesn't make me look very bad. There, I'm just swatching it for you because look at how pretty it is. It's so beautiful. I could cry. So I just took that. We're talking about something I have no idea what we're talking about. And then I'm just gonna put that on the high points. And I take it above her brow, just, I don't know. I I see people do it, and I just want to copy them, okay? Alrighty now, I zoomed you guys in very close so you can get like a personal view of her. I couldn't really find a shade for her eyebrows, so I decided to use the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I just used Central Park and Abyss. And there's just me telling you that our eyebrow colors are very different because I am a ginger and she is a brunette. But yeah, I just went on and used an angled brush. You can use any angled brush. But yeah, I just went in the Morphe palette. And the mix of those two shades kind of made her shade color, but with her bushy eyebrows, it was really difficult to do her brows. Just because it's hard to shape them when there's a lot of brow hairs to fix. She wouldn't let me pluck her eyebrows before we started this video, so you can clearly see her unibrow, but that's okay. We've all got one at one point of our lives. Now I'm just going in with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It's just the original one. Just to kind of put something down on her eyes so the eyeshadow will stick. Alright, so I am just putting that all over her lids, just as a base for the eyeshadow. I'm just blending that in with my fingers because I am her sister, so it doesn't really matter what I blend it in with because I don't know, but I wouldn't do this to anybody else. Alright, so now I'm going into the Jaclyn Hill in Morphe palette in the two transition shades. They are called Silk Cream and MFEO, and I'm taking that on a M441 brush, which is basically this, I don't know, I say it's a transition brush, but it's a fluffy brush. And I'm just putting that all in her crease and just above it. And we're just putting that down as a transition shade to like bring the whole look together. I'm just going in wiper motions. And yeah. transition shade is down, I'm going in with a E17 brush, also from Morphe. Use code Kayla for 10% off. Just kidding. I don't have a code with Morphe. But I'm just taking the shade Roxanne, and I'm just going to put that a little bit lower from where we put the transition shades. This is just the point where she's picking out what color she wants. She wants that color, which is Jack's, but since it's like a deep maroon, I decided to go in with Roxanne first, just to kind of deepen up the crease without making it too dark. So I'm just taking that, hitting off the excess, and you can see I'm just going right below where her crease. I'm going in her crease and not like above it or below it, just like right in the crease. And now I'm just blending that out with the same M441 brush that we put the transition shades in, just to blend them all together. Alright, and now I am going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking the shade she picked out, which is Jack's, the deep maroon shade, and I'm just putting that on an E18 brush. And as I'm showing you, I'm just putting it in the outer V of her eye. And then I'm going to blend it out with the blending brush, just to blend it all in. But yeah, I'm just packing it on right now, but not too much, so it's not difficult to blend. And at this point, my camera ran out of storage, so I had to switch memory cards. So now we're back to blending, and I feel like I do a lot of blending in this video just because you can never blend too much, girl. Okay, and now I'm just doing the same thing that I did to the top, to the bottom of her lash line. She makes the goofiest faces when I do that. But now I'm just taking the same two transition shades on an M506 brush, which is basically just a small brush. It's just so I can get under there and blend it out. It's funny the faces she makes when I do her under eyes. But whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other, so I'm just repeating these steps. And yeah. You can clearly see that she likes herself when she looks in the mirror. And then I'm just going in with the E36 brush and grabbing that shade we put into the crease to darken it up a little. And I'm just putting that closer to the lash line, so it kind of darkens up the eyes, and you can see she's crossing her eyes. Oh man, she's something alright, I'll tell you that. And then I'm just blending it out with that same M506 brush. And lastly, I take just any tiny brush. This one I got off, I believe, Wish. And I'm just putting the dark maroon shade just in her outer V and on like the outer part of her lash line, just to kind of blend it, make it look seamless. Yeah. And this is the point in the video where I saw that she had fallout on her cheek, so I just grabbed a big fluffy brush just to dust it all off and make sure it didn't transfer onto her actual makeup. Okay, after that I take a small packer brush. This is just a small flat packer brush, and I'm taking the shade Little Lady. I'm just gonna put that all on her lid just to give like a pop of shimmer. I'm spraying it with the same Tarte mist just to kind of get it to stick together more. I feel like it helps with the payoff. Yeah, I'm just putting it all over her lid just to give it like a little shine. I really like this color because it's not too intense, but it's just enough where it looks really pretty with these colors. And the last step for the eyeshadow, I'm going in with this Morphe 213 brush, I believe it is. And I'm just putting that on the inner corner with the shade in Light, I believe the very lightest shade of the palette. And I'm just putting that in her inner corner to give it like a little pop and make her eyes stand out more. I don't know, I feel like this color really helps intensify the look. And if you can see, it made her eyes look brighter. Next, I'm going in with the Collab Ink Addict liner pen in the shade Work. I'm not very good at eyeliner, so it takes me such a long time to get the eyeliner looking the same, but yeah. And now I'm going in with the Collab Liquid Lip in the shade Non-Stop. It's just a kind of like a mauve nude color. I decided not to put any mascara on her because her eyelashes are already so very long. I didn't want to ruin her lashes. Plus, she doesn't need them. So yeah, her lips were really dry, so I really didn't want to put my applicator on her, but you know what? We're siblings. Who cares? And finally, I am just putting some of that spray on her face just to make everything last all day. And yeah. Alright guys, so this is the final product. I think it turned out very well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to see anything else. But yeah, I think we're done. Bye guys.